Welcome to the ultimate guide for new wolf dog owners, brought to you by Tony Nyla, the pioneering expert in wolf dog behavior and management. If you're about to embark on the incredible journey of raising a wolf dog puppy, you need the best guidance to ensure a harmonious start. Raising a wolf dog puppy is a unique experience that goes beyond traditional dog ownership. These animals are intelligent, independent, and require an understanding that blends both their wild instincts and domestic nature. That's where Tony's program comes in. Tony Nyla's revolutionary approach focuses on nurturing your wolf dog's cognitive abilities. This isn't about controlling behavior with treats or tools. Instead, it's about empowering your wolf dog to make intelligent decisions in a human environment, fostering a deeper bond between you and your new companion. Tony's program is designed specifically for wolf dog puppies in their first year of life, a critical period where proper guidance can shape their entire future. We will help you avoid the common pitfalls that can lead to behavioral issues later on. You'll gain access to Tony's expertise through live Zoom sessions. These sessions are tailored to your wolf dog's individual needs, ensuring you're fully equipped to handle the challenges and joys of wolf dog ownership. Don't wait until challenges arise. Start your wolf dog's training with the expert who understands them best. Schedule your consultation today at wolfdogbehaviorist.com and give your wolf dog the best start in life. Join the growing community of wolf dog owners who trust Tony Nyla to guide them every step of the way. Your wolf dog's future begins now.
What we're really doing is we're doing all your word associations and navigating through your life in the home first. And all of it is latently going to carry over to outside in the real world. And you guys are going to start seeing that happen as we progress through the program. Now, after that's being said, I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much homework. I think I've given you guys quite a bit of information already as it is. And as I mentioned before, every week we're going to meet at the same day and the same time for the first year of your puppy's life. And we're going to be tweaking and adding little things, also vocabulary, to start teaching them to have a symbiotic relationship with you in the home. And that is really where your bond is going to flourish, is once we start developing this into a symbiotic relationship. And I want to kind of go over what a symbiotic relationship is, but I want to use another anthropomorphic example with a child. If you ever have little cousins, little sisters, little brothers, or children of your own, children get to this interesting stage where they just want to be useful. They just want to be helpful. And you could be a mother washing dishes, and your child can come up and say, "Mom, can I do dishes? Can I help you?" And if you're a good mother, the first thing you should do is grab a chair, tell them to stand up on it like a stool, and say, "You hand me the dirty dishes, I'm gonna wash them, I'm gonna dry them, I'm gonna hand them back to you," and you put them back in the dish, strainer. And you're gonna see their eyes light up, right? They wanna be helpful. The worst thing you could do as a parent is say, "Oh, you know what, honey, it's just faster if I do it. Why don't you don't need to help me. Why don't you go out and play with your friends?" When you say that to a child and you pay attention to their demeanor, they go, "Okay." And you've crushed their heart. The truth is they just wanted to be with you, and you let it go. Now, as they start getting older, which for a wolf dog would be 6 months at the juvenile stage, they have their own interests. They want to do their own stuff. And no different than your child, they want a boyfriend, they want a girlfriend, they want to go out with their friends. And then all of a sudden you're going to say, "No, can you throw the trash? If you throw the trash, I will let you use the car to go hang out with your friends. Or if you help wash the dishes, then you can go to the dance at the school party." All of a sudden it becomes transactional, right? And then your child says, "I don't want to do that." And then you go, "Oh, I'll give you allowance." "How much?" $50. "Okay." And that is a totally different kind of relationship. It's also a completely different lesson. It goes from having a supportive relationship with your family to support one another, and it became more transactional on, well, what's in it for me if I contribute. And that's the same thing that happens with dogs as well. Now, I did have one trainer one time during an interview say, well, Tony, I disagree. And I said, well, okay, that's fine to disagree. Well, what's the reason behind it? And he goes, well, when you're helping your clients, don't you want to get paid? And I said, yeah, of course. And they go, well, just like you want to get paid, every good job needs to get paid. And when your puppy does something for you, you need to pay them, you need to reward them. And I said, oh, wow. I said, that's a super interesting perception. And I'm not going to disagree with you. As a matter of fact, I just have more questions. And that trainer's eyes lit up and he goes, yeah, absolutely. Ask me anything you want. And I said, have you ever been married or are you married? And he goes, yeah, I'm married. And I said, okay, me too. I said, one of the things I love about my wife is how supportive she is. And a lot of the stuff that I do, even if it's stuff that she doesn't think I should do, she's like, well, I'm going to support you through it. You know, it's what you want to do and it's one of your goals. Is your wife like that? And he goes, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, me and my wife support each other all the time. And I said, well, can you give me some examples? And he goes, oh yeah, I know that for my son's birthday, we wanted to do something special and we were cooking together and we decided we'd make this pie together and I've never made this cake or this pie before. And he gave me some other examples of just their relationship and how beautiful that relationship was. And I said, oh. And I said, did you guys still have that relationship where you like to hug and kiss each other and is it still intimate? And he goes, yeah, we still have an intimate relationship. And I said, how much do you pay her? It better be nothing because that's not the kind of relationship you want. You want a supportive relationship, not a transactional relationship. I mean, I guess in an employee-employer relationship, that's fine. But when it comes to a cooperative, symbiotic bonding relationship, a transactional relationship is not what you want. So when I say that we're going to have a symbiotic relationship, it means that with your wolf dogs, we're going to eventually have them be supportive of you and contribute to your daily lifestyle because you'll start to see them get even more closer to you and they'll seek to want to do things for you. So let me give you some examples. Later on in the program, we're going to do name recognition, where we teach them the name of objects and we teach them how to bring those objects to us. Right now with one of my wolf dogs named Hatoto, he's not an expert at it, but I'll be in the living room and I'll realize I got to go somewhere and I'll say, Hatoto, go to my room and pick up the shoe and bring it to me. And he'll go and he'll bring me some high heels. And I'll say, those aren't my shoes. Those are your mom's shoes. Go back to the room, pick up my shoes, and bring it to me. And then he'll go and he'll pick up a shoe and he'll bring it. Just one. And I'll say, okay, go get the other one. Go to my room, pick up my shoe, bring it to me. And then he'll go bring me a different shoe that doesn't match the first shoe. We're still working on it. But he knows what I'm asking and he's trying. And it's elevating his intelligence. And he's so happy to try and be useful to help me out. As a matter of fact, when I see that he does it, I go, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing it. And he goes, am I doing it? Am I doing good?
Thea, come pick up my shoe. Pick up my shoe. Bring me my shoe. Bring me my shoe. I don't normally let her run that fast, but... I think I want my shoe in here. All right, let's sit here. Thea, bring me my shoe. Give me my shoe. Good girl, good girl.
Hey, Adam, can you go go look on the table and pick up the pen and bring it here? It's up on the table.
All right, Thea, bring me my shoe. Give me my shoe. Give me my shoe. Good girl, good girl. Hey, Adam, can you go look on the table and pick up the pen and bring it here? It's up on the table.
here. Give me the pen. Good job, buddy. Stand up, go to the front door, get the slippers, pick them up, and bring them here. Stand up. Those are the slippers that Jimmy made. Pick them up, hold them, and bring them here. Bring me the slippers. Good job. Give that to me. Good job. Thank you, Jimmy, for the slippers that you made me.
But it's just, it's like a service dog. But here's the crazy thing. I never taught him how to do that. So when some people go, oh, you have to train that. I never trained him to do that. I basically took natural talents that I saw and I started nurturing those talents as I saw them. And one of the nurturing talents that every wolf dog does is they take your stuff and steal it and they run with it. But instead of me making it confrontational, I made it playful. I named the object they grabbed. You picked up my shoe. You picked up my shoe. That's cool. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. And when they realize that, oh, he wants to engage with me, they bring it to me. And then later on, I'll show you how to get them to let it go and give it to you without you having to pry it out of their mouths. And then all of a sudden, they're just like a little kid. I got this. That's my watch. I got this. That's a box. I got this. Those are my glasses. They're expensive. Bring them to me right now. So pretty soon it becomes symbiotic and they start to recognize things by name. I've had some clients help their dogs help them find their car keys. I've had one situation once where a very close friend of mine was on a hiking trail and he went off the trail and lost consciousness. He didn't realize it. And he had his dog with him. His dog saved his life. And the way his dog saved his life was his dog knew something was wrong and managed to tug enough on his shoes that he got one of his shoes off and started holding his shoe in the mouth and running up and down the trail system, running up to people. And the people saw, well, there's this dog holding a shoe, wearing a leash. Where's the owner? There's some guy out there missing a shoe. And they called the park rangers and his dog wouldn't let them catch him, but he kept luring them to a point where they're like, it's obvious the dog wants us to follow. They followed him. He led them to my friend who was unconscious and it saved his life. We never rehearsed that and his dog was never trained to do that. But his dog was autonomous enough, critically thinking enough that he knew that his owner was in trouble. And these are stories that actually happen a lot in the real world where a dog is autonomous enough that they save an owner, they help an owner, or they see somebody in distress and they can help them. You even hear dolphins doing it for people that are in trouble in the water. So that's what I mean by symbiotic relationship. And we're gonna be working towards that with your wolf dogs. It's gonna be a lot of fun, actually. It's gonna be a whole heck of a lot of fun. So I have one more thing that I need you guys to do for me. And this is something where I just need to see where your bond is currently at. So what I would like you guys to do is, remember how I said that you'll do like a 30-second radius walk of your home territory? That's always gonna be what you're gonna do on home territory. But I actually want you to do a different kind of a walk, which I call follow work. And what you're going to do is you're gonna actually leave home territory, but in your vehicle. You have to drive to a separate location. I don't want you walking off your home territory to this location. It has to be drivable. And when you take your puppy, you're also gonna be working on traveling with your puppy, but I need you to find a location that's an open space. I need you to find an open space that is far away from cars, people, and dogs. It can be an open field. For some of you, you're gonna have your puppy's way too young and probably be concerned with shots, so maybe a paved parking lot, a large Walmart parking lot, but it's gotta be dead. It's gotta be like somewhere, I don't know, maybe a basketball court, I don't know. But you're gonna have to find somewhere where it's open. And I need it to be open because, like I said, I don't want you around people, cars, or dogs. So if you see a dog, if you see a person, You can see it from a distance. You can say, okay, it's time for us to go. Now, the next thing that you're gonna do is I want you to have a regular flat collar on your puppy, no harness. It has to be a flat collar. Later on, I'll tell you why we don't use a harness, but it's a regular flat collar, and you're gonna use a 50-foot paracord. It's like a parachute cord. It's very, very strong, but it's super light. The puppy will start to lose a perception that they're even wearing anything. And when you put the puppy on the 50-foot paracord and you get out of your vehicle, I want you to put the puppy down and I want you to just walk away. I want you to walk a straight line about 1 minute to 2 minutes away from your car. No staggering, no turning quarters, no making left turns or right turns. I just want you to walk a straight line for 2 minutes, turn around and come right back to your car. Don't stop walking, always stay in motion. That end of that 50-foot paracord could be tied around your belt loop or the belt of your pants. But I don't want it in your hands because I don't want the puppy learning that you're manipulating them or trying to use that line to control them. Your job is to not stop walking and keep walking. Your puppy should instinctually follow you without any question. They should just follow you. If they don't, keep moving, stay walking, trust the process. Even if your puppy gets pulled along a little bit. It's important because I need to see how bonded that puppy is to you, and I need to know what direction we need to go with that. When you double back and come back to your car, remember, when you go home, you have to use that feeding station. But in the meantime, you've already ended your walk and you're at the car. Your car is going to be the feeding station at that point. So you'll open up your car, you'll say, get back to the car. You see how we're starting to build words? Get back to the car, and you'll have to lift your puppy up, put him in the car. And guess what will be in that car? Probably a really delicious, irresistible thing to eat. No different than the feeding station. Once again, your puppy cannot know how that even got there. So before you even started that little walk away from your car, you had to have been somehow covertly putting something back there without the puppy realizing it.
Okay, I laid out the paracord on the ground because it was all tangled up before I'm getting her out the car, and now I'm putting her collar on. Okay, now I'm putting her down on the ground and I'm going to start walking. The paracord is belted to me. She's running after me, sort of. Oops, I got this caught on something, damn it. Just going to undo this weird thing. And I'm going to walk in a different direction. She's distracted. I'm not looking at her, just looking at the phone. She's running after me. I'm shocked. Oh my God, she's following me. I don't even know what to say.
Now, there's more to that than just what I said I'm looking for, but there are other things that when you are out and about with your wolf dog, especially while they're an adult, they will always be with you because they know where the end result will be. And also, if you're ever walking off leash with your wolf dog and you guys get separated, you don't need to panic. You've created a ritual that you've been doing since they were a puppy. And that ritual is we go out for our walk, but we end it at the car. I've had situations before where I walked with my wolf dog and somehow we got separated. I didn't pay attention. I don't know if I lost him or he lost me. And I went, oh my gosh, he's somewhere. And anytime I've been worried, I always just walk back to the car and he's just been by the car waiting for me. So you want to kind of start creating predictable patterns that you know you can rely on in the future without using any bribery or luring or training while you're doing those kind of things. So, okay, does anybody else have any other questions?
So I start off the puppies at 2 weeks. Like I don't separate them from mom at all by associating food coming straight from me. So at 2 weeks old, I start doing NutriCal. They're still learning to nurse, so I don't want to interfere with that, because that takes time. And but I give them NutriCal just in case they're missing something. Maybe mom might not have everything she needs in her milk that day, whatever. The same thing for human babies that I do with my own kids. So I give the puppies NutriCal starting at 2 weeks, and they repeat that, around the times their eyes are opening. That's how I kind of start the bonding process. After that, I don't actually use bowls. I hand feed everything. So the food is coming directly from my hand, and that's something that I recommend to the puppy buyers as well, is to create that strong bond, that irreplaceable bond. Go ahead and have your Tupperware, because I did Dr. Ian Dunbar's course on training with feeling and stuff like that, and I think it was like another communication course. He said that your food is your bonding tool and your training tool. So, I pretty much give that recommendation.
So hand feeding is, I guess, not old science, but it's just an old method that a lot of the current wolf dog people do in the wolf dog community. It's not entirely wrong, but it's not correct. I always tell my wolf dog clients that it's not just hand feeding. There's more to it than just feed them with your hand, and there's a lot more to that. So as I was mentioning before, the mother starts the follow work because she's obviously lactating, and that encourages the follow work. And that's a stage, that's a step. But then the next step is asking for space and getting invitation into space to have nutrition and to do the feeding. So what's going on is, or what's inadvertently happening is, the mother is basically saying, okay, I'm the source of the nutrition, and then, okay, now I need space, and now that your kids are getting old enough, you're gonna have to be invited into space for the nutrition, and that's an important step. And then when they get to the new pet parent, they go backwards. They go, okay, your mother taught you space and to get invited in for food, but now we're gonna go backwards, and you can just invade my space and just get the food all you want. So that has created issues for my clients a ton. And that's just a hard thing for me to kind of counter, because as I'm trying to give the correct information, other people are just hand feed, let them invade your space. And it's only partially true. So the way I've been able to rectify that is to kind of go back to how the mom was teaching it, but not as aversively, because the puppies are in a new situation and you're not their mom, and they don't even have that strong of a bond with you. So the way I usually counter that, and I have to counter condition that, unfortunately, it's not a natural learning because they already got pulled into an unnatural state, is I take food in my hand and I close my fist around the hand and I stick it out away from my body, so the puppy knows there's food in there, and they're constantly going for my hand, which is exactly what they were doing with their mother when she was breastfeeding. And you're gonna soon find out why she was asking for space, because as they're going for your hand, it's gonna start hurting. And you're gonna realize, oh, this is what the mother was going through. But what I want you to do is you're gonna say, get back, right? What do you think? That's what I told you before. What's the word we're gonna use? Get back, get back. And you're gonna keep repeating that, get back, get back. But as soon as the puppy takes a pause and thought, and that might only be a fraction of a second, the puppy may be going for your hand, and then take a breather, and then go for your hand again, and you just missed your opportunity. So as soon as they have thought, a brief thought, then you open your hand and you say, good. And they'll go for the food. And then you repeat the process. Get food, put it in your hand, close it, stick it out. You're gonna have to deal with that invasion of the puppy mouthing and biting your knuckles, and it's gonna be painful, but whatever you do, you can't pull your hand away, because if you pull your hand away, it's just gonna induce that chase. You have to just say, okay, I shouldn't have started this problem to begin with, and wait for that pause and thought, good, and then they'll grab it. It should only take you 5 repetitions for you to put your hand out, and then they're gonna go, I'm not gonna go for it. I'm just gonna wait for you to open your hand and tell me it's okay. And then you're gonna say, oh, there we go, now we're getting it. And then you're just gonna have to start keeping that up, where you ask the puppy, hey, I'm not giving you food by hand unless you give me some space. Okay, thank you, here you go. You're invited in my space not to get that. So that's the correct way of doing the hand feeding if you're gonna do hand feeding. It's just not straight hand feeding, there's more to it than that. I understand the concept, and it's not incorrect, but it's not being done correctly.
Come over here. Come over here. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Take this. Go back, go back. Take this. Go back, go back, go back. Take this. Go back, take this. Go back, take this. Go back, take this. Go back, take this. Take this. Take this. All right. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Take this. Go back, go back. Take this. Go back, go back, go back. Take this.
And as I was mentioning before in the video that we watched, the mother doesn't use food to reward good behavior. Food is food, and learning is learning. They're two separate things. She doesn't use her breast to lure them into doing things for her. And when she's regurgitating food, she doesn't regurgitate food because they did something good for her. So that's operant conditioning. It's not a natural form of learning. And then they start becoming insistent. They start expecting that you're going to be giving them food all the time. And again, it's pulling away from the bond of you specifically, because it's not about you anymore. It's about what you're going to give them. It's about the food. So it's not really a real bond. It's a transactional thing. So once again, the bonding happens in the follow work, as you know, and so it's very similar to ducks. When a mother duck is in motion, all the baby ducklings start following her. It's an evolutionary behavior for survival. They have to be attached to her. It's for safety, right? But as they're following her, so she's the lure. She's her space. Herself is the reward, not food. But when the mother duck, for example, is walking with all the ducklings, she might be on a fence line and duck under a fence line where all the little ducklings duck under. But if one duck isn't paying attention or missed it, it's stuck on the opposite side of that fence line and it panics. And so what does the mother duck do to help that duckling? She doesn't go back under the fence line and say, here, this is where I came through. And she doesn't try to lure them. What she does is she just kind of stands nearby that area and doesn't move to allow the duckling time to figure it out. You're in a place of safety. We're waiting on you. We're not going anywhere to figure it out. And eventually the duckling's walking up and down the fence line and then figures out, oh, here's how I get through. And it goes through. But what does that do cognitively to that duckling? That duckling then realizes, I can't be distracted anymore by things when we're in motion. I need to pay attention to what my flock and my mom is doing so I don't miss those opportunities. And then that's the reinforcement.